Good morning, good morning, good morning. Wait until some people enter the room. Hi, just waiting for people to enter so I can start my topic today about financial literacy. Trying to get some music going. So today we're going to talk about what you should be doing with your tax return. And I think this is a great topic to talk about because the year is about to end. Everything's about to get wrapped up. If you come to one of the cash flow cake sessions, one thing talks about taxes and how to strategize your tax situation to benefit you and your personal income. As we know, your taxes is not a bonus. So never look at your taxes as a bonus. It's basically money you should have had in your pocket that was taken from you throughout the year. So it's technically your money. A lot of people look at taxes as a bonus and they think that it's like free money. Oh, it's not my money, so let me splurge. And that's okay and all if you never done nothing all year and you worked your ass off to pay all down your debt. You have no more credit card bills and your responsibilities are all paid up. However, if that's not the case, then you may want to rethink the way that you're going to spend your tax return, no matter how large the amount. It could be between $500 and $4,000. How are you going to spend that money? And you should be thinking about right now exactly what you're going to do with it so it doesn't burn a hole in your pocket, so that you don't end up spending more than your tax return trying to spend it so much. So it's just like when you go to Walmart and you walk in and you went for a cup that costs $1.50 and you come out with $50 worth of groceries and you end up putting half of that on a credit card because you have identified that you need these things without walking in with a plan. So let's plan out how to use our tax refund. So, Jude, if you're here talking with me, do you have plans for your tax refund? Some people decide to use a tax return for, to pay off bills. Some people decide to go on vacation with it for the March and spring time. Some people decide to use their tax returns to get a car. But we're just going to talk about these topics, and I'm not going to make it too long. My video's been kind of like 30 minutes long here lately. So 10 things that you can do that are smart to spend your tax return. So the first thing we have is to increase your emergency funds. So we talk about emergency funds and why they are important and why you need them. An emergency fund is basically 6 to 12 months of income set in a savings account so that you can have money on hand if something happens. Like if you have, good morning, Nicole. If you somehow lose your job and you don't know what to do the next day, your emergency fund has 6 to 12 months of income in it, so that you can take the time that you need to properly get another job, align yourself, and pay your bills up until that point, so that you don't have to go with your hands stuck out to somebody and get very disappointed at the people who decide not to help you. So with your tax refund, what you can do then is to go ahead and put that money in a high interest bearing savings account online, preferably away from your original checking account, so that you don't touch it. So that way, in a time of need, you got that liquidation there, allowing you to take care of yourself. Who has ever, thought they were high on life and had no pain to worries, and then the next day your life is just crashes down and nobody's there to help you? We don't want to have rainy days, and when those rainy days are here, we want to make them short as possible and quickly execute a plan in order to get out of that situation. So if you're having a high tax return, my advice to you is to put it in savings and don't touch it. You haven't touched it for 12 months. Why touch it now? So if you are that type of person, do that. You can also pay off high interest debt. Do you have a car loan? Like right now, I have a loan on a car for something, but the interest rate is way up there. So if you have a car loan, or if you have like a payday loan that you didn't have the payday to cover the cost of the loan, because you're not supposed to go to get payday loans without some type of pay coming in, right? But people do it all the time. They're like, okay, I'm not going to get paid, but I'm going to get this loan because I need this money right now. However, they don't have a plan or, to execute how to get rid of that loan, because that loan costs money. It costs money to borrow money. So with your tax return, you can think about paying off that loan and getting rid of that stress that's in your life. Get rid of all of these things that's holding you down. Whenever you get up in the morning and you're like, damn, I got to pay this loan, I got my rent, I wish I did not have to pay this. So get rid of all of your stress so that you can begin the year the correct way, so that you can enjoy yourself, enjoy the money that you're bringing in at the time that you're bringing in, and not wait 20, 30, 60 years to enjoy your money, because you're always thinking about stress and debt. This topic I want to target to my African American people, because right now I have an article, and I'm kind of going off subject right now, but I have an article that I read yesterday that was just kind of opened my eyes to a lot, and it's not anything new. It's nothing new. However, a lot of people don't understand how business works. Businesses, they look at you as a target market, depending on which market that you're in. And African Americans make a strong high point for the business market. You guys don't understand that they look at us, at you, as a income stream. Why? Because African Americans have the highest percent of spending habits. We spend money sometimes as soon as you get it. So as soon as you get the check, you already thought about that next new something. And you did not even think about your savings. You did not think about the future. Why? Because you're like, I want this stuff now. I don't want it later. But you don't understand that it may be able to be enjoyed better later. So just because you get money in your hand doesn't mean that it has to slip out. Okay? And just because it doesn't slip out of your hand doesn't necessarily mean that you're not enjoying it. So you guys need to understand that you need to think before you act. Just like you go to, sometimes you have your favorite restaurant, and sometimes in order to make things go faster, you think about what you want before you sit down at the table. So when the lady comes out, you can tell her what you need instead of looking there at the menu for an hour, wasting time trying to figure out what you want because there's too many options. So with your tax refund, there's too many options. You could be responsible or you could be irresponsible. And there's so many ways to be irresponsible. Sometimes it's hard to focus on the responsible part. So I wanted to bring up these statistics about African Americans that was written. So let me, African American millennials specifically. So it says here that African Americans continue to represent a significant percentage of growth in the U.S. The Nielsen report, having grown 21% between 2004 and 2014, the U.S. Black population is currently at $46.3 million. That's 14% of the total U.S. population, according to the most recent U.S. Census information. There are 83.1 million millennials in the U.S., of which only African American millennials are 14% of that. That means about 11.5 million of the 83.1 million millennials. That 11.5 million Black American millennials comprise 25% of the purchase spending. Okay, so even though we're like this, our spending habits are like this when it comes to business. So our little small niche of a people are looking at you as an income stream, and you're not. And there's so many statistics about how we're not, actually like building our community. So this money that you're giving out is not coming back into your own community. It's going somewhere else. And so when you look around at your children and you're wondering why they don't have those resources, well, think about where you're putting your money. So let's keep it in the family a little bit. Everybody, this is not just meant for African Americans, but for everybody, keep it a family. Try to grow the wealth for your future family needs. So that way everybody doesn't have to worry. If you have children, don't just think about today, because even while they're older, I know as a young adult, even though I'm older and I call myself quote unquote grown, I still need my parents' help sometimes. And some people are afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say that. Sometimes I need help. Also, sometimes you may need help. So as a parent, you have to think of your child in the future. Do you want your child to continue to be like you were, always in a constant stream of need? Or would you like to help them, help build a cushion for them so that they don't always have to come ask you for things? That way that you can enjoy your life after children. So think about that. So pay off your debts, increase your emergency funds for rainy days, spend it on something you need. Now, a lot of needs. Jordan, do you really need them, or do you just need something to go to work in? Okay. A car. Do you need the newest car, or should you get a car that's going to cost payments? Some people are spending their tax returns on cars that still have payments. Okay, so you got $5,000 tax return and you go and get a $20,000 car. Does that make financial sense to you? Okay, you're not only spending the $5,000 because that's just the down payment. You have interest, and then you have your monthly payments as well. Okay, and if you're not a business, you can't write that. You're not getting that money back. So don't overspend. If you're going to get a car, go get yourself a nice used car that you can pay off. I don't buy vehicles that I can't pay off because I can't deal with the stress. Some people like that, but I can't see myself paying a $500 rent and a $500 car. No, that does not make sense to me. So spend within your means. Use your taxes wisely to spend within your means. You can also start itemized savings accounts. So itemized savings means that every savings account has a purpose. So you have a savings account for, let's say, marriage. You guys have a savings account together and you want to do things together to build up your marriage. So have a savings account that says, you know, date life. I have an account that says marriage life, and I'm not even married. But I have a savings account towards marriage. So whenever that happens, it's going to be there. So that's just me. So then you have a savings account for your children, or you have a savings account for groceries, or whatever your reasons. You have an itemized way of keeping track of your savings. And there is some savings account out there like Capital One 360 where you can open up to 10 savings accounts. So take advantage of, you know, your tax return and put it in savings and itemize it. And that just gave you a boost for the year because you're like, hey, yeah, I'm starting at, instead of a deficit, I'm starting at a positive cash flow with some savings. How about that? So as you start to work and make more money, you can build on top of that foundation that you just planted for yourself. You can refinance your mortgage or make home improvements. Now, if you don't know what a refinance is, basically you're taking a loan that you got with a higher interest rate and you're rolling it over into a new loan with a lower interest rate, meaning that it costs you less to have that money. Okay? So if you have a house, if you're a young person with a house, older person with a house, you may want to reconsider who owns your loan. And yes, refinancing will extend or could extend your, you know, the amount of payments that you have to pay. So you may be in like 5 years left and you refinance into another 10-year loan, but it cuts down the payments that you have to pay each month so that you can get your life together and maybe strategize a new way out of that mortgage situation, like renting it out, or, you know, which is bringing in more income for you, or selling if you decide you didn't want a house anymore. So think about that. When you refinance your mortgage, you must still pay closing costs and fees, but use the refund to pay the closing costs. And then you can save $1,000 a year on your mortgage interest. Let's see, invest in a tax shelter account. So tax shelter means that your money is not taxed on. So the money that you get, you're not going to take taxes out of. So you're keeping it all, okay? Depending on your income levels and your goals and the age that you are, you have to consider opening a brokerage account with a discount broker like Scottrade, Trade King, ShareBuilder. You can lean towards conservative, meaning you're not going to lose a lot of money if you make some type of choice or decision down the road. And then you also want to lean towards diversified, meaning you have high and low risk opportunities that can make you money and then secure your income the way it's not all over the place. Or you don't put all your money in one basket and then one day that stock or bond is lost and then now you're out of your investments. You can donate to a charitable cause. Now, if you're donating and giving money away, I only recommend to the people who have a lot of money on hand or extra money on hand and they're not necessarily worried about their bills, okay? In another module with my cash flow course, I'm going to be talking about how to use a credit card and pay your debts and keep up with your bills all at the same time in automation. However, when it comes to donations, you should only be doing this if you have your financial structure in control. So if you're paying your bills, automatically paying your bills, automatically saving, you automatically are making investments, and you still got money to give back, that's going to make you feel good. You know, you're not like, I don't want to give to nobody but here. No, don't do that. But if you have it and you're like, you know what, I have it and I just really, really love this type of work and I want to put my money in here. Well, it gives you a tax return. I mean, there is a deduction. So a tax deduction. So you can donate to a charitable cause. And then at the end of the year in 2019, then you'll be able to take that deduction and consume some of that money back. So it made you feel great. You got to help society, and also you got a little bit back. Use your money for a business. A lot of people have tax returns coming back, and they've been talking all year about, I'm going to make it happen this year. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. I see it all the time, all down my timeline. I'm going to make it happen this year. Even I am guilty of this. I'm going to make it happen this year. And as soon as they get some money in their hand, the first thing they run and do is go get their girlfriends, go get their homeboys, go hop in a movie theater, go get those days. They go to the store, they get the best fit that they can see, and they have not put any money into their business. Okay, or they didn't even try to think about an extra income stream to bring more money into their situation so that they're not struggling to meet their basic needs. So I'm going to need you to reconsider with your tax return what's best going to help you out financially. What's going to keep more money in your pocket? What's going to help you long term? Like, for instance, for a single mom, for instance, like I went out, I think last year, and got a new car because I had a 2-door vehicle and I was upgraded to 2 children. And I knew that having a 2-door car, even though it was necessary, or even though it worked out, it was going to stress me out more to not be able to open the back door and put a baby in. To have to crawl through the back seat and put my child back there. So for me, that was a great decision because I was able to move around a lot quicker, get to places a lot quicker, and not have a lot of stress on me. And it was fully paid for. And I did my research, and I went like 6 hours out of my way to go get that specific car in order to help my financial situation. So, and then I sold the other one. So think about that. So if you have a new business or existing business, or you're running a business, or you're looking to start a new business, invest your money into yourself and think about how to flip it. Now, a lot of people use flip, in real estate, or they use flip on the street, talking about drug money. Don't give your money to people who don't, I'm just going to say, don't give your money to people who are not experts in their field, okay? And don't give your money to people who you have not seen all year. And don't give your money to people who promise you a return without a contract, okay? So if it's not in writing, then it did not happen, and you're not able to recoup the money because you're not able to take them to court. In some ways you are, but get it in writing. Like, this is exactly what they're going to do for you to help your financial situation. Hey, let me hold 50. If you give me 50, I'm going to give you $200 back. Don't fall for it, okay? You're going to see these happen on Facebook. People are going to be hitting you up on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. They're going to be Snapchatting you stuff, and you're going to be like, wow, yes, I want more money. When you're in the desperate need of something, you're going to make the highest risk because you're desperate. And some people don't realize when they're desperate. When you just go for stuff, there's a difference between taking a risk and being desperate. Don't be the desperate person that's just out here giving money away, and then after the fact, you're looking stupid because somebody just finessed you out of all of your money, and either they took it without the intention of giving it back and giving you your interest per se, or they just messed up and they were not an expert in their field that they told you about. So your research and be very smart with your money. Keep your money. If anything, if you've been working hard and you know you're in a financial good standing, go take a break. Okay, the best thing you can do for yourself for a year is go take a break, because you know what? As soon as you take that break, you're not going to be thinking about, oh man, I can't wait to leave work. I can't wait to go to my girlfriend's house and lay on her booty because I need a break. All of these things that will distract you is keeping you from making more income. So if you need to take a break, then use your refund to take a break, but know that using that money for that is not putting you behind or not putting you at a deficit. So spend it on something that you want. Go get a spa, go make yourself look good, get them eyebrows done, do something for yourself. Okay, but definitely don't put it in the hands of someone else, or where you're looking back at yourself and saying, why did I just do that? Does anybody have any questions? I would love to answer questions. This was just a, you know, just talking about how can you use your tax return. Be safe about it, and make, you know, financial choices and decisions that actually make sense. We want cash flow cake, and I'm here to make you go from no cash flow to a cash flow cake. And cash flow basically means the money that you have coming in consistently on a consistent basis through a structured recipe that's going to get you to financial success on an ongoing basis. So financial success should never stop. It should always be ongoing. So if you don't have your money in a system that's producing income for you each and every minute, that you're walking and talking, then you definitely need to look into getting a financial coach or getting a financial planner so that they can tell you or equip you with the tools that you need in order to get yourself to that point. Alrighty. Well, I got about like 2 or 3 minutes, so I would love to for y'all to ask some questions or anything of the sorts. I'm just going to wait for a question to roll in. If there's no questions, then I just want to say thank you. Definitely look into launching a cash flow cake program where I take you from A to Z with your finances and get you to a point where you have an emergency fund, where you have start investing, where I could point you into the direction or get your finances to the point where you actually need a financial advisor, meaning you have everything, all of your basic needs taken care of, and now you're looking to invest in a much larger, bigger way. So if that's you and you're ready for that type of lifestyle, then definitely check me out. I'm going to be here every morning and then every night. And then also I'm going to have a class that's going to go for 6 to 12 months or more to assist you personalize your situation. So thank you guys. Cash flow cake. If you guys can comment, share, like my video, definitely share the video and recommend them to other people who may have a hard time managing their income. Then I definitely want to thank you for doing that. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next session tonight. Yeah, so be careful with your tax fund money. Do what's best for your situation. And definitely continue to think and take care of your finances.